Hello, welcome to my channel. Well, today I'm going to show you guys how to replace your rotors on your Lexus. This is a 2011 ES350. Same steps will apply to all ES. It's just maybe a little bit different sizes, but they all look the same. First step, we're going to remove the caliper. After you remove the wheel, there's two bolts. Size 14, one here, one at the bottom, and we'll go from there. Question I might get asked: why are you replacing if they still look good? Well, the problem is they're stuck, especially the back pad. I already did the other side. It's rust lifts those shims, gets between the shims and that metal, and it squeezes the pad, and the pad doesn't move, and it just overheats the rotor, especially the other side, because it has to be able to move. I mean, if it doesn't move, well, it's constantly grinding, either constantly grinding or only grinding when you're trying to apply the pressure, and it doesn't work well. These are still original, so car is 13 years old. Those rear rotors have not been replaced, and they don't look too bad from just looking at them, but they are already overheated the spot, especially the back side. This one might not be, but the other side was already warped. You can see some of the spots. This is not too bad, but I'm sure I'll show you the other side. So we're going to remove the caliper and replace the rotor, replace the pads, clean everything. I will show you step by step everything. So remove the caliper. Inspect the boot if it's damaged. Mine is damaged. Not sure if camera can pick it up. Right there. But it's damaged, so we're going to be replacing. There will be a separate video on this subject. What you want to do when you're doing brakes, get one of those caliper tool and hang it so it's out of the way, so you can work doing the rest of it. As you can see, it's not moving, so that should not be. So the pad is stuck. Shim's moving. Same thing with the other one. I'll show you when they're all lubed and not rusted how easily they move. But that's a prime example. It's all rusted out and gone, needs replaced. So before you start removing the caliper bracket, size 14, same size as this, two bolts, what you want to do, you want to remove those pins first while it's here. It's just so much easier. They could be stuck, see, mine are moving, and I'm replacing the boots, everything. Since the car is 13 years old, it's about time. Remove them. Remember, they are different size or different shape. There might be different size. See, there's a rubber O-ring on this one, bottom one, but not on the top one. Keep that in mind. Top one is different. Let me show you. See right there how it's different? There is no O-ring, so it's different. And to remove the bolts, let me show you these bolts. See if I can get the camera where it needs to be. So right there are the bolts. See it correctly? Right there is one, and there is one behind there. So these are the bolts. I'm not gonna remove the pads. I'm gonna remove with the pads because they're so rusted in. It's like it's no joke. Is the bolster. Right there, as you can see how bad it's all rusted. You can see the pads are swollen, they're stuck, they don't want to move. I'm gonna use the hammer and chisel if we have to and remove them, clean everything. So now, how to remove your rotor. To remove the rotor, you're gonna need one of these bolts. What size? Same size as your caliper bolts. Same size as your caliper bolts. However, different pitch, thread pitch. They're different. As you can see in the background, car is not rusted, and the reason why, because it's been undercoated yearly. That's why for the rust belt to be looking that good, it's impressive. So now, and here's the other thing. The caliper might not come off. You might have to release your parking brake. There's a rubber plug. You put it here in the center, and either up or down. You'll know. Right there. See all the hot spots from overheating. See that right there? Yep, that's an indication. All those spots from rotor being overheated. Why? Because pads were stuck. Number one cause. So now we're gonna clean this, apply hinder rust, so we don't have to replace any of this in the next 20-30 years. You know, maintenance is cheaper than repairs, and maintenance is cheaper than car payment. So let's walk you through what are the steps I take to how to clean, how to take it apart. Take it apart, sometimes you have to use the hammer. So this one kind of already, I got it loose. This one here, pad, as you can see, ain't budging. So since we're going to be replacing the pads anyways, might as well, you know, use whatever you have, hammer. As you can see, it's starting to crumble from all. Oh, actually, no, it's not crumbling. Right there, you can see how much buildup of rust. It was so seized up so badly. All this buildup on the pad prevented the pad from moving, and that's what overheats the rotor. This clip's gonna get removed. See if I can pull one of those clips to show you guys. Since I'll be replacing, so I'm not worrying about too much if I do break them. But if you're planning to reuse them, just careful, take your time. And right there, you can see how much all this rust build up. All this, what it does, lifts the pad. Because, well, this is the original finish on the bracket, caliper bracket. But this finish is no longer there, rust. Rust pushes right there, you can see even more. It pushes on it, it lifts it, and prevents pad from sliding it. See how much build up? Well, all this I'm gonna clean, so same thing will get removed. All this hardware is OEM. I'm gonna be installing seals using aftermarket. It's just the cost fraction with OEM. I will try see if they work or not. Of course, clean everything, degrease everything, and so I'll show you the next step. Cleaning two methods. You can use metal file. You can use whatever method works for you. Just remove the rust. Don't remove the metal. There is no need to remove the metal. So this is what clean caliper bracket looks like after removing the rust. We're gonna apply grease, special grease, to prevent from rusting. This is what we're using. right there. So let me show you how to install. You take one of those brand new seals, you take the grease, apply around the edge, just insert. Now we're not done. You take caliper pin and you drive it. You help it set it. And that's it. Easily comes out, comes in. Don't forget, caliper pins are different. Install the new seal. So you're using the brush, get inside between the pin and the bushings, put some gem, some grease inside there, so you have, and then just push it in just like that. It will sit on its own because everything is soluble right there. See, perfect. I won't wipe, creates the seal. Grease prevents moisture to get in, and that's it. This is done. These steps are done with the pins. Earlier in the video I said if you cannot remove the rotor, you have to release parking brake shoes. Right there, you see in the hole there is a wheel that you have to do it either up or down, I'm not sure, to release it. See if I can get you a better view. Right there, you see, and that's that thing, that adjustable wheel that adjusts the shoes, is on majority of cars. I'm not sure if there is cars that don't have it. There is probably maybe different, better design. I am not aware of, or at least Toyota, Lexus. This is the common feature, common thing right there. It's in that 5-6 o'clock position. You remove the plug, rubber plug, right there, the plug, and don't forget to put the plug back in. As you can see, everything is undercoated to prevent from rusting. So now, when you install the rotor, make sure you install in the correct position, so you can adjust this right here. This hole aligns with that hole. It's a big mistake people make when they don't. See how it aligned? Now we're going to put a couple to prevent from wobbling, so I can install so that I can install caliper bracket. That's it. And if you got it dirty with your dirty hands, before you go any farther, wipe it clean. Use brake water. Don't spray on it, they say. Just wipe it clean. And then we're going to start installing the brake bracket. The caliper bracket. Simple, straightforward. Torque numbers will be provided in the video. How much to torque it. 46 foot-pounds. Torque numbers. That's it. So now we're going to do the pad installation. As you can see, our wear indicator is on top. I applied the grease on all the contact points and the shim. So before you install the caliper, make sure the piston is pushed in all the way in, using something like that or similar. It's your choice, whatever works for you. And then you start installing it. Make sure bolts or pins pushed in all the way in. so it can be easily installed. Remove your caliper. You may have to adjust the bolts, adjust the pins, not the bolts. Put it in. Torque numbers, I am not sure. I don't have. It's not in a service manual for this car. I'm kind of surprised why it's not there. You can look it up online, see if you can find. And that's it. You torque it. You put your wheel back in. Take it for a spin, making sure it's all done correctly, and that's how you do it. And from ugly to beautiful to functional to safe, that's how you get. Thanks for watching, and if you have questions, drop in the comment sections.